Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Gnome Reviews here. So I came out here this morning to zero my Noveske 300 Blackout Diplomat at 25 yards, the T2 Micro at 25 yards with this AAC 110 grain V-MAX. Initially, when I came out here last time and zeroed, I zeroed at the same distance at 25 yards with the same grain ammo weight. It's 110 grains, but it was the Gorilla Ammo Barnes TAC TX. Because that's super expensive to shoot, I decided I would rather zero with the AAC 110 grain V-MAX because according to 2A Ninja, one of these rounds will explode a raw chicken. So that's good enough for me as far as it's a good self-defense round, home defense round, the 110 grain V-MAX at 300 Blackout. So I haven't even had to take my adjusting turret caps off my Aimpoint T2 because it's too close for me to even want to adjust at all. So that was nice. I'm going to fire a group for you guys to demonstrate that, and then I'll show you the other groups that I fired before now. It's really hot and humid out here, so y'all have to bear with me. I'm gonna fire a 5-round group of this stuff with you, and then we're gonna go look at the target together. Here's it again, the 110 grain V-MAX, 300 Blackout, 20-round P-Mag. All right, let's see what we can do. Another thing to note is, before I had the Geissele SSA-E, and now I'm using the rare breed FRT 15L3. So not only is it a different ammunition, it's also a different trigger. The Geissele humidity's clouding up my optics here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give that a quick wipe me down so it's a little bit clear. But I've dimmed the red dot as much as I can. That's what you want to do when you're zeroing. You want it to be as dim as possible. I'm going to fire 5 rounds for you guys, and we'll take a look at it. Now, being this isn't the Geissele SSA-E, it's not a precision trigger, so just keep that in mind. That one I pulled a little bit. It was high. I pulled it right. Well, that was all of them. Let's go take a look. I'm just going to carry the whole tripod instead of trying to take the phone off. Y'all want something to laugh at? As soon as I got here to the range, trying to FaceTime with family, and set my titanium earplug case on the car and shattered my back windshield. When I closed the trunk, it shattered the windshield. All right, so we've got 2 rounds here side by side, or 2 rounds on top of each other here to the right. But you could argue that I probably pulled both, at least one of them. But you see 1, 2, 3. So this isn't enough for me to want to adjust personally. This was my first couple groups. This was a really good group. And matter of fact, I'm going to fire one more group just because these 2 rounds are good right here. But if it was up to me, I'd like to have at least 3 on there. So I'm going to fire another group and then decide. But like this group right here is why I decided I didn't want to adjust so far. But we're going to fire some more groups. And we'll see what happens. Matter of fact, I'm going to just keep y'all going. We're going to fire another group since we got the range here to ourselves. We got that luxury. I'm just going to keep y'all with me and fire another group. All right, let's see what I can do here. 5 more rounds. Sometimes I'd only do 3, but because I want this to be for sure, I've got to do 5 each run. And I apologize for blocking y'all's view. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go for a different one. Now, I can't see anything. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My glasses unfogged up. Oh, I'm frustrated. Let's just go take a look at it. It's too humid out here right now. I'm gonna have to try not to get frustrated. But as y'all can see, I done rushed the hell out of that thing. And still fired a decent group. That's 5 rounds, so I have 1 to the right here, but look at the others. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna call this thing pretty much zeroed. I'm gonna fire 2 more groups. I want to do 1 there, but this last one that I'm gonna fire for y'all, I'm gonna do up here. We're gonna fire right up top there and see how I do. This is gonna be a longer video. Hopefully y'all stay with me. But as you can see, even like this is an 8-inch barrel, not even an 8-inch barrel, 7.94. And look how tight it groups this thing. Noveske Rifle Works is known for precision barrels. That's why I went with Noveske. All right. Yeah, it's frustrating me because I would like the groups to be tighter. Like the Barnes TAC TX, I had, 3 rounds in 1 hole dead center, but I was using a precision Geissele trigger. This is not a precision 2-stage trigger. So you got to keep that in mind. 1, 2, 3. So I'm pretty stoked that I'm able to keep my 110 grain Barnes TAC TX 25 yard 0. And it still works for my 110 grain AAC V-MAX. All right. Let me see what this optic looks like. Okay, so it's really been my glasses this whole time. All right, we're gonna do 5 more. And this time we're going top right. All right. Let's see what we can do, y'all. Finish it out on a good note. All right. This isn't a good example. That one I pulled. Oh, all right. And I'm gonna fire another one as well. We're just gonna finish it out for y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a square at the bottom right, so that was the top right of the target. That square, 1-inch square. Now we're gonna do one at the bottom right of the target. shot. That was a good shot. That was it. All right. That last group I definitely rushed, but at least I know I'm good. It's as good as it's gonna get for me, you know. I have severe OCD, so obviously I'd like all 5 rounds to be in one hole, but that ain't gonna happen when I'm not using a nice Geissele precision trigger. All right, let's see what we done. All right, see, that's okay. All right, so this is the first group that I fired. That's actually a pretty good group. The first one I fired low, but then look at those other 4 rounds. That's a good group right there. All right, then come down here, and the final group is probably the worst of all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but still not a terrible group. So let's just go around all of them again just because. So this is where I started out initially. And then I thought, well, that's still a little bit close. I need to keep shooting. Came up. That looks real good. All right, yeah, came up. That looks good. Came over here. Still looking good. You could argue, I guess, that I could come up a click. But then when you come down and look at these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm not gonna come up. So it is what it is for right now. I'm gonna fire one more group off camera, and then after that I'm going to do the 40 round PMAG. 20 round, maybe 20 rounds and then 40, but at the very least we'll do the 40 round PMAG. I'll fire 2 rounds on semi and then 3rd position for the other 38 rounds. All right, you guys, we're going on 13 minutes. If you've watched this long, you have no idea how much I appreciate your support. If you would for me, like, comment, subscribe. The subscribing, everything really helps me out as far as growth and trying to build this channel. So like I said, if you stayed this long, you have no idea how much I appreciate you. That's it for now, guys. Stay tuned for more. Gnome Reviews out.